But I made a game. I didn't make it. Sorry, that is a lie. I made a port of a game. Do you remember? For those who, I don't know, maybe a little bit older. I don't know when this actually came out because their copyright is actually up to date. It's playing sound in my ears. Homestar Runner, old webcomic, made a game for, I think it was when he was like the Compy 386, the computer that Strongbad used. And it was called Thy Dungeon Man, and it's like a classic text-based adventure dungeon crawler. And for when I was in college, one of my projects was to make, I think it was to make it wasn't even to make a game. It was just to make a command line C++, utility. This was the only part that was actually like part of the test was like getting data from a user and then spitting it out. Like that was like the assignment was like make an app that you can enter in a name and then you can like spit it out to a file and then it will like print out the stuff that they typed. So that was like the only part of that was actually like required. And then I just made like the whole Dungeon Man game after that in C++. And I'm pretty sure it was like one of my very early, like maybe fully working like programming thing. I don't even remember. When did I? So I published this onto GitHub 11 years ago. I don't even think I had a GitHub in college. So it's definitely older than that. But I thought it would be fun to remake this in Ruby or JavaScript or something. I'm going to choose Ruby right now. Maybe Go. Maybe we'll go Ruby then Go or something. But I thought it'd be fun to convert this to like not just port it, not just like swap the syntax, because that would be pretty easy and pretty boring, just like turning this into Ruby syntax. But actually like maybe making like a framework out of it, making a little text-based adventure dungeon crawler framework. So you could, potentially spin up, write a script yourself that has like all the rooms that exist, where their locations are, what commands are valid in each room. And then you can just plug and play like any game you want. And then like the framework knows how to handle all the, there's obviously like an API for the config, but basically being able to play any game you want. You just like feed it the script and and the config and it'll work. So I thought that'd be kind of fun. So I'm going to use this game, Dungeon Man, as the first template, as the starter, because it's very small. If we look through, what are the main? Yeah, here are all the functions. That's it. So there are 4 rooms. There's the main splash screen. And then I have apparently some error cases. I don't remember what those are for. Let's look through this, actually. I'm going to close. Oh, yeah. So we had the reg stuff. We can collapse that. I don't remember why this was important. It's not a real thing. Oh, if you haven't. Okay, so let's like look at what Dungeon Man actually is first. It's this fun. It came out in the 90s or 2000s, so it wasn't actually this old. It's made to look older. But if we click, we get a fun Thy Dungeon Man. Oh man, I should not do the strong bad the whole time. You find yourself in yon dungeon, ye seek a scroll, behind ye scroll is a flask. Obvious exits are north, south, and Dennis. Classic Homestar Runner. So you have like the, very finite commands. It's like go, look, and I don't, so we can go north. You go north through the corridor. You right. If you've played any of these, you can go back. I don't think back actually works. Yeah. So it doesn't know what that is. So like very simple, right? If we go up, that doesn't mean anything. Like you have to know, it's very, very restricted, which is actually really nice because it made the programming really easy. So, look just with no arguments, repeats the room description. We see a rope. I can look rope probably. It looks okay. You've seen better. I haven't played this in a long time, so it's actually kind of fun to revisit it. Let's go south because we went north. And there's the main room. So like this is the main room, and then there's a north, south, and a dentist, and we can go dentist even. And yeah, very funny game, and you can talk to things and grab some items and stuff. So that's what we want to make or remake. I'll leave that on so we can reference it later, so I don't have to spin this guy up. Yeah. So the main room. What do we have? We just had a do while classic. So we show the splash screen, then go to the main room, and as long as we're still playing, we keep doing that loop. And then we got a splash screen. It sets up. So this is kind of like the initializer for the game. Sets up all the variables for us. Prints out our fun graphic. Obviously, we can get rid of that. And then that's all that does. So how are we skipping? I don't even remember how I did that. How am I skipping the splash screen every loop? Don't remember. Anyway. And then each room has a little setter for I guess this is how I was tracking how I was in it. So main room playing true, and then here's the main room initial text. So the main room, like that area description. And then I believe this little extra paren was like, that's where you're going to start typing next. And then we use some get line. So don't remember how that works in C, but I think it grabs from wherever I'm defining my input up to an action, and then I have an object. So I think it was that splits up, with a space. It grabs each word. So that made it easy for me, I think. I don't know if I didn't redefine that. Yeah. I don't remember. I haven't done C or C++ probably since then. So while reading this, bear with me, because we're going to do all we need it for is like where the actions are. We could probably just use the README and redefine this, but I thought it'd be fun to just look through how I did this. Because there is, I think I stole from the Dungeon Man wiki. There's like not that. That's me. From the Dungeon Man wiki, there's a full spoiler. Okay, if you haven't played the game, you should probably stop watching and go play it, because it's I don't want to. You're gonna read all the jokes, so it's gonna be spoiled. I'm so sorry, but you can, I guess, come back and watch the recording of this, I guess, if you really want to save it. But yeah, spoiler alert.